This is EL Discipline. I'm rocking with Let's Talk About It, Radio 103.9 FM.
Yes. Shout out to everyone that's tuned in. We got a special guest in the house.
Yes.
Born and raised in New York, EL Discipline is educating on the true form of spiritual connection and knowledge. 6-time author.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming.
He just lined the books up right behind
Yo, you ain't that.
him
He got the books lined up. We ready for this.
What he doing.
Before we start off, let's start off with the strong topic of the night.
Yes.
Let's talk about sex, baby. You make it tonight fun, okay?
Hey.
All right. How old is too old? Where do you draw the line for the age gap when it comes to dating someone?
I don't think there's a crazy age bracket. You know what I mean? Like there's not a limit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think if you're attracted to each other. You know what I mean? That physical attraction, that mental connection, that emotional connection. You know what I mean? Age is just a number.
All right, well, listen. Our show producer, a.k.a. engineer, said 85.
But the thing is, like, you have women who are 50 who look like they're 30.
All right, talk to me nice. I want that to be me, okay?
Black women, Latinas.
But once you find out they 50, you still messing with it?
Yeah. Think about it.
You're saying 50, not 85.
85.
Are you doing 85?
Am I doing 85? Probably not.
Probably not.
You know
All right,
what I mean? But I'm speaking in I'm like devil's advocate. I'm playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but
right
for
now.
myself, it depends. Like, if I'm physically attracted to her, you know what I mean? And like I said prior, like the mental and the spiritual
Yes.
is there. She doesn't look her age. Like,
Because I know, because
she don't look her age. Keyword.
Yeah.
She cannot look her age. Remember that.
But what I love about you is it's not just a physical attraction for you, it's also the spiritual connection, and that's really what you're
Yeah.
educating us on tonight.
Yeah, I heard y'all, talking about what sex is about, and I believe sex is it's a transformation of energy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't understand that. They just want to engage with whomever, but you have to protect your energy, because like when you engage with somebody.
No, I'm into it. I ain't got nothing to say. Go ahead.
When you engage with somebody, right? Like, you're absorbing their energy. You're absorbing everything about them. If they're a toxic individual, you know what I mean? You're absorbing that.
Hold on. I hope my man
so that's
that's
why
listening.
wild ones be going crazy. Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay. Not to cut you off, I'm sorry. In The Seduction of Discipline, my first book, I have a chapter 32, sexual chemistry or emotional connection. I'm not gonna give away what I chose.
Okay.
But when you read the first sentence of The Seduction of Discipline, you'll find out what I chose. But go ahead, you gonna say something?
Yeah, he got a lot to say.
Yeah, I got a lot of questions. I want to know. All right, what made you write the first book? Was you a stripper or something like that? Or what was your profession before you started book writing? That's what I want to know.
Porn star.
No.
Yeah,
Neither one. Neither one. So the reality is, why did I write the first book it had to do with 50 Shades of Grey. See, what a lot of people,
Answer my question already. Go ahead.
What y'all don't get is I'm a real dominant in the BDSM lifestyle, and I'm throwing terminologies out there. Yes, I'm throwing terminologies out there that is unfamiliar to the vanilla regular world, but you have to get that first book, The Seduction of Discipline. I speak of everything in there. I break it down. I break down what the acronym BDSM is, and the different levels of submission, and the different dominants, the different submissives. So in that first book, why I've written it is I created it as like a platform to eradicate any misconceptions pertaining to that lifestyle.
Okay.
Because when you watch the movie, like an hour and 30 minutes, they're not going to give you the proper education that you deserve. So you're witnessing something, and now you believe it.
Yes.
Man.
And thanks to you, I was watching it all over again. Like, hold on, I gotta watch this because I don't know if I could take being beat and tied and
that's the thing. That's
blindfold.
the thing. There's different.
That's going in.
I have to do my research. Go ahead.
It's all about trust. You're building a foundation. That's the foundation. It's not that you do this and you do that. It's whatever their boundaries boundaries are, and you have to respect those.
Yes.
You know, so it's not about, you know, you beating her and you doing this. It's not that at all. Like, you're talking about sadist versus dominant. You know, plus I didn't really like the movie too well because they're taking like a Caucasian man who's finding this meek female. She's Caucasian as well, and he's like conforming her to her ways, but he's manipulating her. It's like, I want to see that same Caucasian male take like African American woman or a Latina who's strong, who's dominant, who has her own, who has her own mind, and
try to do that
is combative in a way. That's real power.
Because in the third series of 50 Shades of Grey, I think the last one was 50 Shades of Free, but at one point she was like, you know, he called himself punishing her because she didn't answer her phone and she was out and about, and she didn't stick to his schedule, right? And at the end of the movie, she tied herself up and went into the dominant room and told him to come, and he was like really shocked, like, wow, like, you want to do this now. And as you said, it was more of a bond and a chemistry, because now it's not that she felt like she was being punished. She actually started to enjoy it.
But is that a bond and a chemistry, or is that a manipulation?
No, she was accepting of it. She didn't mind it at the end. It totally blew my mind, because in all the series she was like, no, I'm not really with it, but I'll do it for you.
But sorry to cut you off. At the end of the day, like, he was honest with her, because he lied from the beginning. He said that he was a dominant, and then towards, like, I think the second or the third one, like you said, I really didn't watch it rigorously. He was like, I'm actually not a dominant, I'm a sadist. Because you got to understand, there's different terms. Like, a sadist is just someone who loves to inflict pain. You know what I mean? Whether it's humiliation, emotional, or physical or psychological. You know, a dominant is totally different.
All right. So when it comes to the book, The Importance of Discipline, right? You said courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the presence of tolerant and patient.
Yes.
So tell me what, like, the meaning behind that.
Like, the thing with anxiety, right? I believe that you implement that in your mental. So whatever you implement in your mental manifests into reality. So if you believe that you cannot accomplish something, guess what's going to happen? You know what I mean? So the importance of discipline is it's a mental and spiritual enlightening for the masses.
Yes.
You know, it's giving you the the platform for yourself to empower yourself. You know, that's why I created that book. It's completely non-BDSM. It's actually a book that when I have children one day, I want them to read.
Okay. Ooh. So the transitioning from book to book to book to book to book to book, how long did that take?
I did 5 books in under a year.
Wait a minute. All of this took a year?
I have 6 years.
Yeah, it's 6 years.
5 I did, yes. And then I did 6 in a year and a half. So, like, they're all different genres. You know, I consider myself the best author in the world.
Yes,
and that may make a lot of people feel uncomfortable out there. But you know, when you think about what I've accomplished efficiently and who I am, how I live this lifestyle.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing something that many aren't doing. You know, there's a lot of authors out there, right? 84% of people could be authors, 15% are writers, and 1% is both. You know, so when you have someone who is an author and a writer, you know, sometimes you go through the writer stages, like you get writer's block and things like that. And I have certain techniques that I do, like I write notes. You know what I mean? You know, this is how I've been able to accomplish these efficiently.
Okay. How do you keep up with the characters? Like, every character is so dominant. Like, how do you, like, your mind?
Yeah.
Especially 6 books later.
Well, okay, Discipline's World is a straight erotica BDSM novel.
Okay.
You know, in The Seduction of Discipline, I have a couple of stories in there. It's plenty of education, but a couple of stories in there. So I take that and I created a sequel.
Okay.
Discipline's World. Now, so I mold the characters as a mirror of myself.
Yes.
In a way. You know, so like when so jumping back to the sequel of Discipline's World, I went into the paranormal world. It's like horror, the immortality of discipline.
Yes.
So the seduction of discipline, Discipline's World, and the immortality.
That's the last one, right?
No, it's 4th book. This is a book series.
Okay.
The 5th book is stuck between 2 different worlds.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's the book I went to Hollywood for. I received 4 requests.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Yes, congratulations on that.
So we're working on adapting that into like motion picture.
Where did that concept come from? Like stuck between 2 worlds.
I wanted to create. Sorry to cut you off. I wanted to create like a drama thriller. You know, I don't want people to just look at E.L. Discipline is just an erotica author. You know what I mean? I wanted to challenge myself to do something different. So stuck between 2 different worlds, you know, you have Dominic, the male dominant husband character, and you have the wife Sophia. They're both business partners together and separately. Okay. But the twist is he's a master in the BDSM lifestyle. And he has a submissive on the side, Estrella. Yeah, and she knows about about the wife, but the wife doesn't know about the submissive. So you go through a plethora of her, discoveries about his infidelity. The twist is they have a Bonnie and Clyde relationship. That's what makes it really interesting. Like an ex-Bonnie and Clyde relationship. They're legitimate now. I've taken 2 individuals who come from a low-income environment.
Yes.
And
talk about it.
You know what I mean? Like they've risen to the top through wealth and power, through blackmail and playing the human chess game better than everybody else in dominant force. So just to run a quick synopsis of that book, Dominic wants to become a potential business partner with this guy. Spoiler alert, he's an Italian mobster. So he brings Sophia with him. Sophia is 2 months pregnant with Reina. So they go into the office with the guy, and he says, you know, you're unique and talented, but I don't do business with N-words. So Dom's like, I'm fine. Cool, to each their own. See, he's cerebral. He's going to find out if you don't own the venue, he's going to make good with a landlord or whatever, and he's going to run under you. He's that cerebral. He's not gonna, but Sophia, her Achilles heel is her emotions. She will punch you in the face if, you know what I mean,
that's the whole meeting up.
So that's me right there. Now.
So now she rises up and she pulls out a firearm that she didn't tell him about, and she says, she puts it to his temple, the Italian mobster, and she says, you know, my husband may not be offended, but I'm offended. So this is how it's gonna go. You're gonna sign everything over to us, and we don't want no middlemen, especially Italian middlemen. Or I'm gonna make you famous tomorrow. So that's their rise to power. Their rise to wealth is Dominic's brain, because when you get these casinos and these nightclubs and these fitness clubs, and you have to flip them.
Yes.
So I kind of added that Bonnie and Clyde brains and bronze. You have a question?
No. I get it now. Now I get the whole concept.
I'm going to get to my question. How do you? I'm going back to the importance of discipline. How do you choose your the names of your chapters? I mean, you got knowledge versus understanding. Then you have why Black Lives Matter. Like, you got to first of all,
Chapter 14.
Yes, please touch on why, what
Black Lives Matter is isolated from all the other chapters. You know what I mean? But I felt like I wanted to add that in because everything originated from black.
Yes,
it goes back to the ancient Egyptians. So inventions, you know what I mean? Things like that. Everything is like, if I told you the sun wasn't the color it was, that it might be black, like, you might not believe me. It might be like this, you know, incredulous look. You know what I mean? That you provide me with, you know, but like everything originated from back, so I wanted to add that in there, you know, really enlightening the masses on things that you can't learn in the classroom.
So when a woman act up, do you feel like she want attention?
Exactly.
Every time?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm on your side.
Wait, what you mean? Like that sexual feeling, attention?
Like Gina be acting up all the time on the radio station. All the time, my brother. All the time.
What? I'm behaving myself tonight. We talking about my topic. Nah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
In the first book, The Seduction of Discipline, I have a chapter 10, when she's acting up. Now, it has nothing to do with physical, you know, reprimanding someone. It's all psychological, emotional. You know, I've read memes like, you know, when she's acting up, give her good, you know, defense. You know, like sports defense. Give her a good defense.
We know what you mean. You know
so holla. So you said give her the D with shut up?
No. I'm still talking like.
Look at her dirty mind. You see where she going with this?
But you have to, like, I teach men to eradicate that, because what happens is it's like a child. Like, you keep enabling them, they're never gonna grow. It's about giving them discipline. It's not about giving them what they want. It's about giving them what they need. Like, women need love. They need protection. They need discipline. They need growth. They need stability, structure. They don't need, you know what I mean, so much attention like every 2 minutes. You're with someone.
That's what I said.
Yeah, like, I'm a manager in my job, my regular job. Like, I can't be texting somebody every 2 minutes.
2 seconds. All you girls that think I'm gonna text y'all bugging.
I'm over here like I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
He giving it to us.
I gotta go wipe myself out.
So when they grow, this is how they're gonna appreciate you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because a woman will always love you for something that you taught her, not something that you bought her.
Do you think a dominant person can be dominated? Because like somebody like Gina that's
somebody
dominate,
like, why I keep being a table? Why he can't be? He's very dominated.
Well, chapter 19, alpha female dominant woman. You know, I speak a lot about the alpha woman. You know those feminists out there?
Right here.
You know those feminists out there who are preaching like women power and men suck and women are
No, I don't talk about men suck. Cut it out.
No, I'm not.
No, not true. I'm talking about Swaggy.
Every so often, let her talk.
These women are ironically, subconsciously, instinctively attracted to the stronger genes. They don't do well with weak men.
That's what I'm saying.
Talk to me nice.
Yes.
Can I take you home with me?
They may be.
I'm just saying, no. I need a class.
They may be with weak men, but it's to stroke their ego. At the end of the day, they might have a guy on the side that's telling them the total opposite. And they respond to that because subconsciously they respond to it. This goes back to cave women. Like, this is science. You could call in and debate with me. This is science. This is biology.
Preach, my brother. Preach.
He said, call in 855-718-1039. Do you hear this combo? Because listen, I need a couple of lessons. You're gonna teach me some of these, all right? But
I'm always down to teach.
Talk to me nice. All right, but why do women like bad guys? Honestly, like, why do we like take the guys that
you read my mind. You read my mind. I was gonna go to that.
Go ahead.
Chapter 22, good girls, bad boys, and the seduction of discipline. It will always be the like this secret knowledge that we all don't know of till the end of time. And it has to do with this, right? I'm just gonna brief really quick.
All right.
Inequality beats equality, and that's why opposites attract.
Ooh, say that one more time. Oh, that hit my soul.
Inequality beats equality, and that's why opposites attract.
You know what?
Bad boys to these women, not to cut you off, I'm sorry. Bad boys to these women exude strong genes. They're perhaps adventurous, risk takers. You could have a woman who has grown in a domestic environment where there were restrictions, rules, and she meets this guy who's adventurous, this guy who wants to take risks, this guy who's decisive, this guy who may appear physically like a bad boy. Like, I have tattoos, I'm muscular, like I may have that bad boy look, but I'm a good man. That oxymoron.
You look like a gentleman tonight. Go ahead.
You know,
both
and
sides of the coin.
With these women, you know, they're attracted to that. They are subconsciously sexually attracted to that.
No, I like the outfit you're wearing tonight. You like a gentleman. But if you had on some tattoos and a fitted, I might holla at you. No.
Here's the thing, though. Women, alpha women are not a turnoff to me. You know what I mean? Like, I always want my women to be bosses. I encourage them to do that. But when you're in my presence, I'm the boss.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
And at the end of the day, like you say, you don't know how you feel about that. But when trust and comfortability is involved, you do anything. You say anything. You could say you don't call me daddy, and you know me. You know that I like that, and you want me to be happy. You do it.
Give me some. All right, Zaddy, you got me, Zaddy. So, what race you feel is more submissive? You got 2 minutes. Real kids, what race you feel is more submissive? Honestly.
What race?
Yeah.
Black women and Latinas.
Say less.
Why?
We go back to the like I said, the ancient Egyptians. You know what I mean? Like, knowledge itself is the most important thing. We look at Middle Eastern countries. We look at countries like, you know, Saudi Arabia or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they're very submissive.
What's your favorite position? Real quick before we go.
What? You got started.
The seduction of discipline. You can even go on iTunes, Google Play, and start reading the electronic version.
Do we got a new book coming up soon?
Yes, I'm working on the trilogy. Actually, the sequel to Strong Bonds Never Break is gonna be my 7th book.
Okay.
That's Colombian Cartel, female. Yeah, that's a lot
and tell them where to find you real quick, because I know a lot of people are going to be looking for you after tonight.
Google me at e.ldiscipline.com. You'll find everything. All my works, whether it's social media, YouTube. Just Google me.
Well, thank you so much. We're going to definitely have you back up to the show, because I like talking about sex. DJ Quiet Storm, give us something to talk about, baby. I'm just being honest.